Hi everyone, so today I decided to focus on women in sports. I wanted to focus specifically on female athletes and their contributions, as well as some stuff that have held female athletes back. I think that women are phenomenal and we can do so many sports just as good as men, and we are just not given the credit that we deserve. Women are absolutely amazing athletes, from Ronda Rousey to the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders to Serena Williams. Literally, there is not a sport that women cannot compete in. Women are hockey players, ice skaters, UFC fighters, softball players. There are literally so many different sports that women can play. And it's ridiculous to think that some people still don't believe that cheerleading or ice skating count as sports, or even gymnastics, when there's a lot of skill that goes into these types of sports. There are also a lot of women who are positive role models for young girls. I want to start with Amy Purdy. She has overcome a lot of obstacles in her life. She lost both of her legs below the knee, and she was not only able to recover, she also learned to walk again and also learned to snowboard professionally. And she did so well that she ended up winning the gold medal at the Paralympic Winter Games. So, that's really great that it shows women that, you could be confident, you could be, strong, and literally nothing can hold you back. Another female athlete I wanted to focus on was Danica Patrick. In NASCAR, which is also a sport, in NASCAR, a lot of it has been dominated by men. And in 2010, when Danica Patrick was only the sixth woman at the time to participate in the races, and she ended up winning a pole position in a sprint cup race. And even though she hasn't won a major race as of yet, she's still extremely, amazing to look up to, being that she's a woman in a sport that's mostly, men who are in the sport, and she kills it. She does such a great job in that sport. Another athlete I'd like to talk about is Serena Williams. I did a project on her a little earlier this semester with my group, and, there's just so much we learned about Serena, that not only, has she had so many Grand Slam championships in tennis, but she is also, gives back to the community. She tries to help with businesses and starting entrepreneurs things. She's a voice for women of color. She's just so amazing. And all of these women really are inspiring to, not just women like myself, but young girls who see this and they want to look up to these women and be like these women. And it's a good thing that they have these athletes to look up to. One of the terrible sides about female in sports is that women are still not paid the same as men. Even though a lot of women play just as well and do a great job in their sport, U.S. Soccer actually claimed that it wouldn't pay women equally because they said that being a male player required more skill. And that's just disgusting to me. A lot of women play amazing. They do their best. They work really hard. So to sit here and say that, men play harder or require more skill, it's just disgusting to even say that. And the only thing I can kind of understand is I know certain sports maybe do not bring in as much money, such as like the WNBA compared to the NBA. However, if the WNBA had half as much of marketing as the NBA had, more people would probably watch the WNBA. More little girls would actually want to watch it and see it and follow their favorite teams. And, a lot of them don't even know that it's out there. And a lot of that goes to marketing and news coverage. And the news is all about men's sports, and that's not fair. And that would actually change a lot of things if women's sports were covered the same as men. And I think that would help with the pay gap as well. Another dark side to women in sports is women being assaulted in sports. Women are seen as vulnerable and this or that. And specifically, these gymnasts here that I have pictured Aly Raisman, Simone Biles, Michaela Maroney, and Gabby Douglas were assaulted by Larry Nassar, which was the Team USA gymnastics doctor. And luckily, he was sentenced for abusing these women, but for decades, he was sexually abusing women and girls for, the Team USA. And I feel a lot of times women feel that we can't speak up about these things. And there are many cases where women, have been assaulted, and especially in sports, that they're not treated the same. And that's something that needs to stop. And I'm very proud as a woman to have seen that these gymnasts not only stood up for themselves, they stood up for every other person who has gone through this as well. At the end of the day, women are still strong. We can be athletes. We can be anything we want. And women in sports have just as much right as men to the same pay, to the same respect. And I really am proud of a lot of these beautiful, wonderful, strong women who are wonderful role models for young girls and really are amazing athletes.